Imagine a tech shift so profound it could genuinely redefine global power. We're talking shattering encryption, reshaping AI. Today, we're diving deep into China's massive state-led push into quantum computing. Okay, let's unpack this. Our mission here is to get a handle on Beijing's long game, the surprising synergy between quantum and AI, and maybe uncover a unique financial hedge for what comes next. So when we talk China and quantum, it's really this state-driven thing, isn't it? Very different from the West.
Absolutely. The numbers are just, well, huge. You mentioned $15 to $17 billion announced public funds.
Yeah, and that massive $138 billion national VC fund for high-risk tech on top of it.
Exactly. Compare that to the U.S., maybe $3.7 to $5 billion public, around $6.6 billion private VC. It's a different scale and also a different philosophy.
Right. China sees it as a national asset, not just, the next big market.
What's fascinating here is why that state-led approach could be so decisive. It's not just the money, it's the patience. State backing can endure setbacks, maybe even a quantum winter, where Western private funding pulls back because the timelines are so long.
That quantum winter, that sounds worrying for the market-driven approach. How likely is that?
Well, it's a real risk. Venture capital, it relies on returns, often relatively quickly. Quantum is a very long-term, very high-risk game. China's model focusing on strategic goals over immediate profit. It gives them a stability, a structural advantage, perhaps, if things get tough financially in the West.
But it's not just about building these computers in isolation, is it? It ties into AI. Here's where it gets really interesting. Quantum principles themselves seem almost designed for AI challenges.
Like superposition and entanglement. They let you represent data in ways that are exponentially richer. You can explore just vastly more possibilities simultaneously.
A goldmine for AI, computationally speaking. And you mentioned unitarity.
Right, that's a property of quantum systems ensuring stability. It can help AI models learn more reliably, potentially avoiding problems like vanishing gradients in deep learning, where the learning just stalls out.
So it's not just faster, it's qualitatively different. Better aligned, maybe.
That's a good way to put it. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, there's this powerful feedback loop emerging. Classical AI. It's already proving vital for building better quantum hardware.
How so?
Well, think about auto-calibrating these incredibly complex, fiddly quantum systems. Designing better error correction codes. Mitigating noise, which is a huge problem. AI helps with all that.
So AI could actually be the killer app that makes practical quantum computing happen faster.
It certainly looks that way. They're almost co-evolving.
Okay, so this rapid progress, especially with China's push, it leads us to the elephant in the room, Q-Day.
Ah, yes, Q-Day. The point where quantum computers become powerful enough to break our current public key encryption.
Like RSA, ECDSA. This stuff securing basically everything online. Finance, communications.
Everything. And there's this worrying strategy people talk about. Harvest now, decrypt later.
Right. Adversaries grabbing encrypted data now, even if they can't read it.
And just storing it, waiting for that powerful quantum computer to come online years down the road. Then boom, everything's exposed.
It's a bit chilling, that idea. Data just sitting there, waiting.
This raises an important question. What about specific risks? Bitcoin is a big one people discuss.
Because it uses ECDSA for transactions.
Exactly. Especially in that short window, the mempool time after you broadcast a transaction but before it's confirmed. Your public key is visible then. A quantum attacker, theoretically, could grab it, figure out your private key, and sweep your funds to their own address before your original transaction confirms.
And the timeline for that kind of attack?
Look, estimates vary, but many experts are saying potentially the early 2030s for these kinds of critical cryptographic breaks. It's not necessarily tomorrow, but it's definitely on the horizon.
Now, let's shift gears slightly, because there's this other parallel strategy China is pursuing that seems interesting. They're massive gold buying.
Yes, the physical gold reserves, over $208 billion worth officially as of early 2025. And they keep adding more.
Why would a nation pushing the frontiers of digital tech be hoarding so much physical gold? Seems almost analog.
Well, what's fascinating here is how you might interpret that. No one in Beijing is explicitly saying gold is our quantum hedge. But think about it. If Q-Day happens, if any nation achieves a quantum breakthrough capable of breaking encryption, what happens to digital trust? It evaporates. Systemic chaos.
So the gold acts as a golden parachute.
Precisely. It's a rational strategy. Gold is non-digital, it's neutral, it holds value outside the potentially compromised digital systems. It's an insurance policy. It allows them to potentially withstand, maybe even, benefit from the disruption, regardless of who actually triggers Q-Day.
That makes sense as insurance. But what if Q-Day doesn't unfold quite like that? Or it takes much longer? Is gold still the right hedge?
That's fair. But even short of a full cryptographic break, the sheer geopolitical instability from a quantum arms race or even perceived quantum threats could destabilize digital assets and fiat currencies. Gold offers a hedge against that broader systemic risk too. It's a fundamental sort of non-sovereign store of value in uncertain times.
So tying this all together, China's playing a multi-layered game, pushing quantum tech, leveraging AI, and quietly building this massive physical gold reserve. It really makes you think. So what does this all mean for you, listening right now? How are these deep technologies like quantum and AI reshaping not just power, but financial stability? And in a world becoming more digital, yet potentially more fragile, what non-digital assets start to look more important? What foundations would you trust? Something to definitely mull over.